crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living before. Maybe it's not too late. Learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing. Life's a bitter shame. Going off of the rails on a crazy train. I say I'm going up of the rails on a crazy train. Going up of the rails on a crazy train. Going up of the rails on a crazy train. Listen to preachers, listen to fools. Watched all the dropouts make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. The media sells it, and you live the role. Mental wounds still screaming, driving me insane. Going up to the rails on a crazy train. Going up to the rails on a crazy train. I said I'm going up to the rails on a crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. You got to listen to my words. There's of an old wolf, it's what we've become. Inheriting troubles, I'm mentally numb. Crazy, just cannot bear. I'm living with something that just isn't there. Mental wounds not healing. Who and what's to blame? Going up the rails on a crazy train. I said I'm going up the rails on a crazy train. Going up the rails on a crazy train. I said I'm going up the rails on a crazy train. Going up the rails on a crazy train. It's crazy. That's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes. But maybe, it's maybe, it's not too late to learn how to love, forget how to hate. Little Ozzy for you. Ozzy. Crazy train. A lot of wisdom in that song. Ozzy may, bite the head off of the bat time to time, but between bouts of insanity and Satanism, sometimes he's got the pearls. But maybe, it's not too late. Learn how to love, forget how to hate. Going up the rails on a crazy train. I said I'm going up the rails on a crazy train. Going up the rails on a crazy train. I said I'm going up the rails on a crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. You've got to listen to my words. Welcome to the show, baby. Welcome to the show, the Big Daddy Show. Yeah, it's been a long time. What are we going to talk about today? Boy, we've got a lot A lot of stuff on the board to talk about. Let's put it that way. If I were to talk about everything, it would probably be a 5 or 6 hour show. But hopefully, we'll just keep it in the realm of 2 hours. Yeah, Big Daddy Show. I'm back, baby. Yeah, a lot of shit has been happening since I've been gone. Yeah, a lot of fucking shit. Sometimes so much shit happens, like, it fucks with my peace of mind. It really does. And then, I'm like, you know what? I gotta fucking retreat back into my work for a while, you know? Yeah, I've been working, getting chapter 5 ready, River's Song. My artist just got another page ready for my other comic. Still haven't figured out what I'm gonna name that one yet. Yeah, but in order to start preparing to advertise for chapter 5 when I inevitably release it, I decided to fire up my old secondary Twitter account, my backup account for River's Song, the sister account, because my primary account I was fucking locked out of 2 days before they killed Charlie Kirk. I had made the offhanded remark. Somebody had made a tweet. Does Trump deserve a third term as president? I respond immediately, only if he has Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci publicly executed, or something along those lines. Anyway, as soon as I press send, boom, fucking Twitter's like, oh, I'm sorry, this is against our policies of blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I challenged the fucking thing, kind of waited around, and sure enough, I got a fucking email and saying, yeah, looks like we made a mistake here. Fucking go back and log back in or whatever. So I go try to log back in, and it still won't let me log in. It still says I got to get rid of that fucking tweet or whatever. So I try to get rid of it, but it still won't let me log in. It was a fucking AI glitch is what it was. A fucking AI glitch. So I was going to go in and take some screenshots, then upload it to my secondary account, say, hey, Twitter, you need to fix this. An AI glitch is preventing me from getting into my primary account, or something along those lines. Well, anyway, when I tried to log into my River Song manga account, it turns out, I guess an AI algorithm found something else that I had said that they wanted me to erase. It was a time to kill meme. When Samuel L. Jackson says, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. But I actually said it in the tweet too. Something about pedophiles. What should we do about pedophiles? Or something along the lines. They deserve to die, and they fucking should burn in hell. And they counted that as inflammatory hate speech or whatever. So they wanted me to delete that. So I did. I deleted it. Then all of a sudden, the Fauci Gates tweet came up again, gave me the option of deleting that one. So I did. And like that, I got back into my fucking account. Like, oh shit. It's been like fucking over half a year since I was able to get into that fucking account. The real official Amazing Adam, welcome to the show. Yeah. It felt good getting my old Twitter account back because I had my algorithm perfectly dialed in with like good art, shit like that. Some good nice art, some wrestling highlights, memes, red pill shit, that type of stuff. Stuff that's a lot more better for my peace of mind than political shit. Start fucking getting that shit in the algorithm, then you start getting real pissed off and start lashing out. Saying, oh fuck. This is not good for the mental health. Yeah. It was good getting the old Twitter account back. So I was on there for a while, doing my thing, looking at various shit going on in Comicsgate, because I get Comicsgate shit popping up in that feed from time to time. Liam fucking going crazy. I was looking at my StreamYard shit, and it looked like I could run a poll. I don't know if I tried to run it. I don't know if it's going or not. I have the option to show or hide. I don't know if it's showing up in the chat or not. Yeah, we'll probably talk about Liam a little later on. Save that for the second half of the show. Yeah, normally I don't talk about that type of shit unless it's like really egregious. Because you got to put yourself in Big Daddy's shoes. Literally, there's an entire ecosystem of people that watch shows where people shit on Comicsgate and roast those fucking grifters and whatnot. And those fucking shows, they will be getting sometimes 100 people or more watching those fucking shows live. And when you get down to brass tacks, there is nobody out there can roast these grifter pieces of fucking trash better than Big Daddy. Not even a fraction as good as Big Daddy. Not even 1/10 as good. But I get 1/10 the audience. It's like, fuck. It kind of like kills any incentive to do that type of content, especially when it ages like cottage cheese. But we'll probably talk about Liam a little later on because it has something to do with the broader internet culture as a whole. It's especially relevant with the quartering doing what he was doing, flagging people and all that shit. The flaggatry, false flaggatry. Yeah. Was some good coffee. I got some more water going. I'll probably have to take a little break a little sooner than normal here in about 10 minutes or so, get my coffee ready. Yeah, a lot of shit going on out there in the world today. It's a good thing I live out here in the middle of nowhere. Fucking chill as fuck. The only thing you got to worry about is the goddamn helicopter coming over with a box of Bill Gates ticks, dropping it on you. I was like, oh no, the Bill Gates ticks. Fuck, they finally made it to my area. Shit. I need a high-powered 50 cal. Take out that fucking helicopter. That's what I need to do. Yeah, you hear about that one? They're fucking dropping these Bill Gates meat ticks onto people's property. These nasty ticks that'll give you the alpha gal syndrome to where you can't fucking eat meat anymore. Yeah, trying to blame cow farts or something for the environment. It's like, bitch, just one of those fucking chemtrail airplanes probably puts out more pollutants than all of the fucking cows on Earth combined. Like, seriously. Don't give me that fucking shit about cow farts. No, this is about taking away vital supplies of protein, turning people into these fucking little bug men. That's what that shit's all about. Yeah, they always tell you a certain reason they're going to do something, but there is always the real reason why they're doing it. Yeah, it's fucking crazy out there. Especially over there overseas. Like certain countries, especially like the UK, Europe, those types of places. Like, I guess Paris is burning. Yeah, all of those fucking migrants and Muslims and sub-Saharan Africans and basically all the people from the third world that they brought there just started rioting and burning shit down for some reason. I haven't really looked into it too much. I've seen the footage. It looked like the fucking Eiffel Tower was on fire. Well, you talk about a perfect fucking metaphor right there. The fucking raping and burning of Western civilization right there. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't look too deeply into who's facilitating and funding the NGOs that are bringing the migrant caravans over. Oi, no. Oi, no. Don't look too deeply. Yeah, you hear about that stabbing in the UK? The UK stabbing? That kid, the 18-year-old, Nowak, I believe his last name was. Some fucking Sikh Indian fucking stabbed the fucking shit out of him. Tried to just straight up murder him in cold blood. And then he called the cops. And once the cops got down there, he accused the guy of racism. So the guy's sitting there bleeding out, and the cops handcuff him and drag him across the fucking gravel. And he's like, I can't breathe. Like, basically the white George Floyd. That's what that shit was. I've been stabbed. I can't breathe. Oh, I don't think you have, mate. Turns out the three arresting officers were women. Yes, women. Jesus fucking Christ. And I guess the body cam footage is so bad. It looks so bad that
they're refusing to release it because they're afraid it might spark a revolution. Boy, I tell you what, if that young 18-year-old Nowak kid was black and he was stabbed by a white person, Jesus fucking Christ, that fucking police cam footage would be blasted on the 24/7 fucking news cycle until the fucking cities all across the east and west were on fire. I swear to fucking God, this would happen. Now, but since the shoe's on the other foot, you watch that fucking body cam footage is going to become mysteriously gone. It's going to go missing. It's like, oh no, something happened to it. Usually that's what happens with police cam footage that's so bad that makes the cops look like shit. In all reality, those cops should be charged as accessories to murder. But that just goes to show how fucked the state of mind is of the people over there in the UK. They think that racism is a more egregious crime than murder. This is how fucking stupid they are. Like, what the fuck? Well, these are the types of people that die by the tens of thousands whenever a fucking heat wave goes through. Yeah, they're not very intelligent. Yeah, the one thing I've noticed, like, about those Brits, they like to complain, but they never actually like to do something about it. Like, one of their leaders of one of their political parties, like, came out and said that the grooming gangs, he refused to just call them rape gangs. They're not grooming anything. These are Muslim rape gangs is what they are. The Muslim rape gangs. He said that I forget if he said it was worse than the Holocaust or on par, but he invoked the Holocaust, which is like taboo. Like, oh, no, how dare you say that? How dare you compare the Muslim rape gangs to the Holocaust? Yeah, the Muslim rape gangs, they're far, far worse than the Holocaust. Yeah, for one, the Muslim rape gangs are actually real. For one, like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. One is a figment of the Jews' imagination, and another is an actual real thing. Yes, obviously the Muslim rape gangs are worst. Yeah, racism is just words. Rape is like physical assault. Assault is physical assault. Murder is murder. Like, at the end of the day, like, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. Unless you call a shit skin a ninja, and then they're perfectly within their rights to fucking kill you stone cold dead. Yeah, I talked a little bit of shit about the UK and all that, but we had a similar situation happen here in America. A fellow by the name of Chud the Builder. I spoke about him a little bit on my last stream. The guy, he streams, and basically the whole hook behind his shtick is he walks around and he confronts black people and he calls them ninjas, and then he watches them chimp the fuck out and he calls them out. Oh, look at this ninja, he's chimping out. Yeah, one of these ninjas, I guess, like, he was fucking premeditated. It's all over on social media how he planned to go fucking confront him and fucking teach him a lesson and put him in the ground and this and that. So as soon as Chud gets out of his fucking courthouse, he gets attacked by this motherfucker. So he defends himself, shoots him several times, accidentally shoots himself. And then they fucking lock Chud up, fucking set his bail or his bond at like fucking 1.2 million. Like, there's been straight up like murderers and child rapists get fucking lower amount of fucking bond than that. And all he did was defend himself. And a lot of people, the thing that surprised me the most was watching how many white people were on the side of the black guy, thinking that he was perfectly fine and justified attacking this motherfucker just because he hurt their fifis. Like, what the fuck have we come to as a society? Like, if you resort to attacking people just because you got your feelings hurt, like, we're no longer living in a fucking civilized society. No, we live in a society of savages. Yeah. They're turning my country into an evil place. And I don't want my soul to die in an evil place. Yeah, for a variety of reasons. Because if I die here on American soil, my soul will forever vote Democrat for the rest of my life. Yes. Yeah, you know what they do? They have the dead people, they fucking start voting Democrat. Like, oh, no, my corpse from now to the end of time is going to be voting Democrat. No, I don't want my soul to die in an evil place. I got to get off of American soil before I die. Go die over in Southeast Asia, the Philippines or something. Make sure that my corpse doesn't get used to cast votes every election cycle for Democrats, screwing over my children and my children's children. Yeah, I spoke earlier in the show about how I got my old Twitter account back. Anyway, I got curious. You know what? Sometimes it happens, but let's check my DMs. Maybe somebody wants to collaborate. Hell, maybe a bitch is sliding in there. I checked my DMs. It had been like fucking shit, 6-7 months. I forget. It was in September, the last time the fucking shit was active. But I did get one message. Yes, somebody had slid into my DMs. And before you ask, no, it wasn't a fucking spam bot. It was one of my followers. Or no, it was somebody I was following. Some bitch that makes based tweets. Probably one of my top 3 favorite fucking posters. Anyway, she slid up into my DMs about 14 fucking weeks ago. I was like, oh shit. She's like, oh no, he's not interested. Anyway, I did message her back. Let her know that Twitter just let me back in. I haven't heard anything back, but it's probably for the best. You never know. Yeah, bitches in this day and age. Yeah, you get the wrong bitch in your life, that fucking cunt will torture your fucking soul, leave you scarred, traumatized. Like Big Daddy, was she hot? Probably not. Anytime you're using a fucking anime cat girl as an avatar, you're probably either a ham beast or a fucking troon, or somewhere in between, or maybe a ham beast that is a troon, Gorlock the Destroyer style. Ah! Well, speaking of Gorlock the Destroyer, I heard that Gorlock the Destroyer is going to be fighting like in an MMA style fight against another big old fat troon. I think Aiden Ross Productions is going to be fucking putting the fight up. I don't know for sure on that. In fact, come to think of it, the whole thing might have been an AI. Like in this day and age, anytime you see anything anywhere, you got to look at it with a grain of salt with the way AI is. Gorlock and might not be fighting another troon. It might have just been a funny little AI video I saw. But if it is real and it's going to happen, I bet it would happen under Aiden Ross. Oh, hey. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. It would be fixed, of course. It would be fixed in some way or another. Yeah, those types of fights, they're never legit, it seems. It's all about making money. Yeah, I remember Mike Tyson. He was fucking suing Jake Paul. It's like Jake Paul promised to pay him $10 million, something like that. So Jake Paul fucked him over. So now Mike Tyson's suing him. Yeah, Jake Paul, fucking pay me $10 million and I'll go easy on you and I'll let you win the fight. I could totally see Mike Tyson doing that. And Jake Paul's such a pussy. Oh, yeah, for sure. Then Jake Paul's like, yeah, I'm just going to fuck him over and not pay him. Mike's, oh, hell no, I'm going to sue your ass, motherfucker. I remember Mike Tyson talking recently about what separates normal men from the ones who become great. It's discipline, fucking discipline. A lot of people, they're not disciplined to hit that next level of greatness. Like you see a guy like Ethan Van Sciver, he's not disciplined. He will never ascend to that next level of greatness, so on and so forth. Remember Tom Brady speaking something similar about football players, about guys that are on the practice squad, that whenever something happens and they get elevated to the main roster, like about 9 out of 10 of them fail, and they fail miserably. And he says it's because most of those guys on the practice roster, they don't want to go onto the regular roster. They're perfectly fine where they're at on the fucking practice roster. That way they can brag to their friends and family members that they're a football player, but they don't want to actually get out there and fucking do it. Those are the guys that aren't disciplined. They're not disciplined enough for greatness. Yeah, a lot of people in this life, they're starting to lose their discipline. One thing that will cause a person to lose their discipline, the fucking social media, the doom scrolling, all that shit. Yeah, I think I saw a dude. He said he went like 7 weeks off of the internet, and he had his brain tested before and afterwards, and it basically like it was a night and day difference. His fucking synapses had basically like completely rebooted his whole fucking mental system. Sometimes person's got to do that. Not if not for 7 weeks, maybe just for a few days, just one day. Hell, a lot of people can't even go a few hours without getting off the internet. Might have to get to that point though soon if they decide to integrate this mark of the beast surveillance super state. Start building these AI data centers everywhere. I mean, they're building those fucking things for a reason. That's the infrastructure for the mark of the beast fucking control grid. Yeah, but I'm hearing all sorts of stories about how AI is just they're not think well, it's not all that. Let's put it that way. Here's an example. There's a company I heard that they decided to incentivize all of their employees to use AI. In fact, they had a ticker board. Whoever used the AI the most they turned it into a competition almost, and they're using an AI called Claude. And this Claude AI, it doesn't operate under a normal subscription where you just pay a flat fee for a year or whatever. No, they bill you by how much you use. Like how back when cell phones first popped onto the scene, you would buy minutes, that type of shit, that insane shit. And it obviously evolved. Now nobody fucking buys minutes anymore. But this is how AI is done. You buy credits, tokens, AI tokens. Anyway, within 1 month's time, I guess one of these fucking companies, they spent like $500 million worth of AI. And it's like the company's basically bankrupted now. And you hear all of these stories across the board. Places like Uber and like all sorts of these other companies that have started to integrate AI, and the AI is just it's taking a shit. Like the Starbucks one can't even count the coffee lids right, I guess. Yeah, they thought the AI was going to replace humans. Nope. That's what happens when you program wokeness into the AI. Yeah, what are they going to do with all those fucking data centers now? Like, fuck, are they still going to build them? You know, I hear one of those data centers puts off 23 Hiroshima bombs worth of heat per day, per fucking day. Like, Jesus Christ. Where the fuck is Al Gore? Like, what happened to the global warming people? Global warming. Like, remember that polar bear? He was out there on the fucking ice caps. Just imagine 23 nukes going off every fucking day, all that heat going into the atmosphere. That's going to melt those fucking ice caps quicker than anything. Yeah, if we really are surrounded by a fucking ice wall, that shit's going to melt. Oh, fucking real. Yeah, the fucking AI. It almost feels like it's a bubble that's going to burst. But some of the AI that will survive this bubble is the AI related to the arts, stuff like animation creation. It's fucking basically fix the animation pipeline. All you need is 2 keyframes, and then like that, the AI will fucking fill everything in between. It's going to usher in a new era of AI filmmaking, all that shit. What it's mostly going to do is it's going to help the existing process. That's what it is. Like people that already make film, it's just going to help them with special effects, help them with instead of paying the actors to come back out and reshoot some scenes, they could just do it with the AI real quick. It's going to help with the production costs immensely. Yeah, this is where I see where it's going to be good going forward in the realms of the arts. But the other shit, like these companies fucking trying to use the AI to replace their workers and shit like that. I don't think that's going to work out too well for them in the end. Yeah, I heard that there was some sort of a civil war going on behind the scenes. The old guard versus the new tech order, like the Peter Thiels of the world, the ones that want to bring in this like mark of the beast surveillance super state versus the old money people that run shit out of the Bank of London or the city of London, those types. And then I hear Peter Thiel, he's going to be fleeing to Argentina soon. Like, oh shit, that don't sound good. I remember the other time when people had to flee to Argentina. It was in World War II after the Nazis got defeated. Does this mean that Peter Thiel and his faction have been defeated and they have to fucking flee to Argentina too? The old money guard is one. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Every time I fucking hear shit out there in the news wise, it just gets worse. Like the Iran war, for instance. I heard that Trump has ended it for the 15 billionth time. The Iran war is ended. And this time they get 300 billion. Like, wait a minute, what? Like, I heard a fucking rumor that part of this Iran peace deal involves the United States paying to rebuild Iran, like all the shit that we fucked up. And it's going to be $300 billion. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I remember when Barack Hussein Obama gave back $1.7 billion or something like that to Iran from like frozen assets from the 70s or some fucking shit. Like, you should not be giving money to Iran like that anyway. But to give them 300 fucking billion, like, goddamn. Anybody remember back when Trump first got elected the first time around? One of the things that got him elected was he promised to build a wall. Build the wall, build the wall, build the wall. And I remember when they were trying to get the funding for that fucking border wall, it just was like $5 billion. That was it. A mere $5 billion was all they needed. And it was like pulling teeth. And they couldn't even get $5 billion to build that fucking border wall. And here we are, giving $300 billion to fucking Iran over a fucking war that didn't need to happen. Like, you could have taken a fraction of that money from that Iran war that we're going to be paying for, and you could have built the fucking border wall. Fuck. What the fuck? I don't think we're ever going to get that wall. Yeah, what a fucking joke. Oh, good old Don Su and the art of the fucking deal. Fuck. Every time I listen to the news, it gets worse. Yeah, Thomas Massey, I heard they fucked him over real good over there in his primary. Like, they used the same exact tactics against Trump in 2020 against Massey, just so shamelessly. They even resorted to using deep fakes on TV to trick the stupid, clueless boomers. Yeah, boomers, they're very, very stupid. They're easily tricked by deep fakes. And there's laws against that shit. Basically, it was one of the dirtiest elections. And in the 11th hour, they used mail-in ballots to put the fucking Zionist candidate over. Like, you dirty bastards. It now makes perfect sense why they didn't pass the SAVE Act. This is literally the shit that the SAVE Act was not passed for. So they could do that type of shit. It's like, fuck. So even if you try to seize back that strategic choke point of power, you get a based candidate in there, then they're just going to rig the process against him. Yeah, the only thing I look forward to now is the Democrats coming to power and impeaching Trump, throwing his family in jail, everything. The only problem is, as controlled as the Republicans are, the Democrats are even more controlled. And Trump, he's doing way too good of a job serving Israel. Yeah, I seriously doubt the Democrats are going to impeach him. I really doubt it. It's just going to be a slow dismantling of the country, just like what Joe Biden did, except probably a little bit worse. And they're not going to pass any sort of voter reform, so they're going to ensure that more fucking the old guard gets in there again. Yeah, I heard that J.D. Vance dissolved his presidential exploratory committee. Sounds like has no plans of running. It sounds like the new tech order might have been defeated by the old guard. You look at the way these neocons are strutting around there. It looks like it might have happened. Fuck. Well, that just goes to show how fucked you are. Like, the two sides that are at war with each other, like, either side is not on the people. You got evil on one side, evil on the other. No matter who wins, we all fucking lose. The only thing you can do is whisper words of wisdom and let it be. Yeah, it seems like I've figured out what they do, what their plan is, what their ultimate play is. What they do is they use the right to wage wars for them overseas in the Middle East. Then they use the left to wage wars against the people domestically. And one of the ways that they wage war against the people domestically, they open the floodgates and allow the fucking immigrants to fucking just come in unchecked by the millions. And millions and millions. Yeah, since the time of Barack Hussein Obama, since then, 52% of all jobs have gone to foreigners. 9 out of every 10 jobs post-COVID have gone to foreigners. And that's just here in America. It's even worse over there in the UK. I hear over there in the UK, it's like 19 out of every 20 jobs goes to foreigners. It's like a fraction of a percentage of the white men in the UK get jobs anymore. Yeah, that's how fucked they are. And they do this on purpose. Like I said, this is one of the ways they try to socially engineer the extinction of the white race. In addition to pumping the women full of feminist indoctrination through the schools, tell them that it's a noble thing not to have children because the world is overpopulated. First of all, do you think that they tell the third world in their education system that it's noble not to have kids, that the world is overpopulated? No, they only do that in the white Western countries. So you got these women growing up in life. The very last thing they want to do is have families and do any of that. And this coupled with the fact that they don't fucking employ the straight white male, so he's not economically viable enough to start a family. And like that, you have generational fucking trauma to the white race. This is the socially engineered extinction of whitey. That's what that shit is. And that's just 2 facets and aspects of the whole fucking thing, not counting everything else in between what they do. Yeah, weaponizing the third world. That is one of the main tenets of their whole fucking plan. Anybody who studied these fuckers long enough knows this. And the final stage is the fake alien invasion. And it looks like they're trying to set the stage for that shit. They're coming out here with this quote unquote disclosure. Yeah, anybody who's following the news, Trump has ordered the alien files disclosed. It was such a fucking joke. Like, you would get more disclosure listening to the Big Daddy show than you would looking at what's coming out of the fucking White House. Yeah, but it's all just to slow drip you, get you ready for that fake alien invasion, because that's the final stage, bringing about the New World Order. Yeah, I think they're going to try to jump the gun and do it too soon. They're going to try to ram it down people's throats too fast. Because according to the Jews' holy book or whatever, all of this fucking shit has to happen like early October of 2027. Literally, that's when the third temple has to be rebuilt, or else they're going to miss their window. That's why they're trying to do this shit as fast as possible. They got a little over a year. Like, you don't know how fucking long it's going to take to build a goddamn fucking temple to Satan. I think it's going to probably take at least 3 months to build a decent one. Well, I bet they got a bunch of those 3D printer house makers. I've seen these types of things. They're like these massive, like fucking, they look like caterpillar type equipment, but they spit out like this fucking liquid cement that it dries, and they basically build houses really quick with it. And I was thinking, you know what? If you want to build a temple real fast, you could use several of those. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Just fucking get one up real quick. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that manga Blame. The thing's called The Builders. They kept building and building, and we just kept building the megastructure, and then the megastructure got so big it assimilated the planets of the solar system, and Who knows how big it truly was? It reminds me of the thing called the gray goo. It's where you have self-replicating nanobots, and they just keep replicating over and over again until the entire planet is covered in this kind of gray goo. It's nothing but nanobots. Yeah, they do have nanotechnology, but I don't know if it's to that degree yet. A lot of people that took that jab, they got that nanotech in them floating around. A lot of aluminum in the fucking bloodstream too. Yeah, that makes me think about whenever you put metal in a microwave. Like, what would happen if a massive solar flare hit us? Like a real bad one. All of that aluminum in your bloodstream, is that going to like fucking fizzle and pop and explode? Just people just spontaneously human combust worldwide. All of the ones that have been breathing in all that fucking aluminum. And it turns out that was one of the reasons why this was setting the stage for a mass extinction event. All of the people, they got that aluminum in them. All we got to do is hit them with that fucking solar flare, and like that, fucking Thanos snap all the fucking people off the planet all at once. Yeah, that'd be hellish. Well, I guess it'd be better to go out that way than other ways. At least you'd go out quick. Well, shit, who the fuck knows how quick that would be? Spontaneous human combustion. It might be a very slow, painful death. Yeah, here Iran has nukes. Those 2-week nukes, they finally got them. Yeah, I remember the 2-week nukes. That was going back a long time ago. Iran is 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon. I finally figured out what the whole 2-week nukes thing really meant. Now, just imagine you have a gun in your place, but the gun, it's not all fully together. You have the clip sitting there, then you got all of the bullets outside of the clip, then you got the firing pin outside of the gun. So basically, the gun is in 4 different pieces, and it'll take you probably about 2 minutes to put the whole fucking thing together to use it. That's basically the idea behind the 2-week nukes. Basically, Iran has all of the pieces to put that puzzle together. But if they wanted to put that puzzle together, it would take them about 2 weeks. And they could get them going, you know? And I guess Iran fucking pulled the trigger on it, and they got the nukes going, and now they have them. Like, oh shit, what are you going to do now, Israel? They've got the nukes. What you going to do now? And I guess they've made a fucking pact with Pakistan. Yeah, it's over. They got to fucking make a peace deal. I know they want to plunge the earth into fucking Armageddon and chaos, but well, it's all up to the people if they really want to go along with that shit. Yeah, they've been kicked out of 109 different countries. And in less than a century, Israel becomes the single most despised nation on planet Earth. That kind of speaks volumes about the character of the Jewish race. It really fucking does. You know that they use dogs to rape their fucking prisoners? They have special prisons set up for children where the children get raped every fucking day. Yeah, I guess the New York Times did a story about their prison dog rape stuff, and they got all pissed off. Netanyahu accused them of blood libel. Now, anytime a Jew invokes the word blood libel, rest assured, it's fucking true. Rest assured, it's true. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was a well-known thing, too, before the goddamn New York Times story. This just goes to show how fucking shady Jews are. Well, anybody who studied these fuckers the way I have knows that it's part of their fucking religion. They are required to lie. They are fucking required to lie. It's a part of their fucking religion. Like if the tribe or themselves are threatened, like you are required to lie to protect the reputation of yourself and the tribe. So literally anything that comes out of a Jew's mouth, you can't fucking trust it. Yeah, you fucking use dogs to rape your fucking prisoners, you degenerate fucks. You have special prisons for kids where you rape those kids every day. Literally, I've never even heard any stories about the Nazis doing that types of shit. Like I've talked about this before in my last live stream. What Zionists are, they are everything they ever pretended Nazis were, except they're fucking worse. Because they actually go through with the shit that they pretended Nazis do. Just imagine that, hating the white race so much that you're trying to socially engineer their fucking extinction. And that's how fucking dark and evil your heart is. So dark and evil that you're actively trying to bring about an Armageddon so the Antichrist could rule the earth. Yeah. But the Goyim know. The Goyim fucking know. Yeah, I talked on my last live stream about making a video game, calling it Holocaust 2. And the whole concept behind the video game is finishing the job Hitler started and eradicating the Jewish race. Because gamers are very, very anti-Semitic. They really are. Anyway, I floated this idea on my other Twitter account, my troll account. And let's just say it got quite a bit of upvotes. It was probably one of my most upvoted posts of all time. That's when I knew then and there, boy, I've got an idea. That's $1 billion idea right there. Holocaust 2. At some point, the way AI is, video games are going to be one of those things that AI is able to really fucking master. And at some point, you're going to be able to create a whole fucking video game with a fucking series of prompts. And that video game is going to get made at some point. If not by me, by somebody else. Yeah, I used to play a lot of games too. It's been a while though. Yeah, I'm more of an old school gamer. Yeah, if I had the means and ability, I would like to stream myself playing games. Like back before streaming was a thing where you'd watch people play video games. Fucking people from around the neighborhood would come to watch me play video games. That's how fucking entertaining I was playing video games. Like, fuck, if I could stream myself playing video games, like I would show all these fucking streamers how it's really done. Yeah, video games was one of those things though that I was too good at. Like, especially like any multiplayer game, like I would get too good at it. And then once you get too good at something, nobody wants to play with you anymore. It was the same way with chess. I was too good at chess. Once you get too good, nobody wants to play with you anymore. It was the same. It was fucking the same way with me and almost everything in life. It's a very lonely existence when you're too good at everything you've ever done. Ready or Not is awesome. Never heard of it. But then again, I don't really follow games. Unless it's something that pops up in my Twitter feed. And some cool piece of art or something. Yeah, but at some point, when AI really starts getting in there and you can start really creating the video games with the AI, I'm gonna start fucking getting into that shit again. But right now, you can do it with certain AIs, but you need a real high-end PC setup and all that. And I just got a fucking phone. Just a little phone. Yeah, those fucking Bill Gates meat ticks. Well, I'm gonna get so pissed off if I see a fucking helicopter. Yeah, if I see somebody driving around trying to fucking release those fucking things, I'm shooting them on sight. Everybody around here knows that too. Like we're all watching out for somebody releasing the Bill Gates meat ticks in our area. You ever notice how the lone gunman never, ever takes out a guy like Bill Gates or Anthony Fauci or George Soros or anybody that fucking deserves it? Notice how the lone gunman only goes after political figures that challenge the establishment. That's literally the only time you see the lone gunman come into play. Oh, what about Luigi Mangione? Like, really, you actually think Luigi Mangione was the fucking killer? Like, he was obviously set up. And the only reason they murdered that guy because he was set to testify before Congress and throw a bunch of fucking people under the bus. That's why that guy was murdered. Yeah, the lone gunman never takes out Bill Gates or Soros or Fauci. And it kind of makes you wonder. Yeah, speaking of which, boy, remember when a gunman stormed the White House Correspondents' Dinner and tried to assassinate Trump and his cabinet or whatever? And then the story basically disappeared overnight. Yeah, that's when you know the story was fake. They like, okay, the Goyim, they're not buying it. They don't fucking believe it. Let's just sweep this and move along. Nothing to see here, folks. Yeah, that's when you know the story is fake. If it's out of the fucking news cycle within 24 hours, yeah, it was a fake story. Well, it was a fake story that didn't take. Had they actually tricked people, yeah, they would have hammered on it, and they probably to this day would still be hammering on it. But it was just so obviously fake. I mean, hell, they released the UFO files and basically confirmed that we're not alone in this universe. People's like, meh, they just don't care. People are so fucking desensitized now. You could literally have a demon apocalypse happen right now. No one would give a shit. Take away everybody's internet all at once, then you'll see them fucking get pissed off. Take away some of their benefits or whatever, then they'll riot. If they're migrants, of course. I still have no idea why the fuck they're burning down Paris right now. They must be covering up that reason. The migrants were all protesting for some reason, and they just decided to get violent. Yeah, but the Goyim, they're waking up. At some point, they're going to have to realize, hey, we got to deport all these motherfuckers. Like, they're literally trying to kill Whitey. I know once Gen Z eventually comes to power, they're going to fucking do something because Gen Z is pretty base. The only problem is, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. Like, I think the boomers and their ilk are going to just utterly fuck things up so badly that there's not going to be a society left by the time Gen Z gets to that point where they could take power. And it's done that way on purpose. Because the last thing they want is for the Zoomers to take power. Because they call them Generation Zyklon for a reason. Yeah, they're the most base generation, the generation that grew up with the internet. They know the Holocaust wasn't real. They know that this whole fucking shit was set up. They know that every fucking generation before them was set up basically as sacrifices to Moloch, and they are going to refuse to be that sacrifice. And if they ever come to power, they're going to finish the job that Hitler started. And not real Hitler. No. Because everybody who's actually not a fucking retard and actually done their homework knows all Hitler tried to do was expel the Jew, get them out of the country, like 109 countries before. Germany was going to become country number 110. But the Jews made up a fake story. Like that whole 6 million bullshit. You want to know where that originally comes from? A little book called the Zohar. The angel on Isle stands before the 6 million open gates. And these fucking Jews interpreted that to mean 6 million Jews must die before the nation of Israel is created. I'm not fucking joking. Yeah, see, Jews, they're so fucking lazy and they so averse to physical labor. What they did was they were the very first ones to create the fake job. This is the fake job that they created. Talmud study, Torah study, Zohar study. Basically, they created a little fucking industry within their own culture that does nothing but study their holy books. Now, you can ask anybody, if you obsess over something long enough, it's going to become the exact opposite of what it once was. Just look at Michael Jackson. The guy had way too much money, way too much free time on his hands. So what is he doing? He's just looking at himself in the mirror. And next thing you know, she's like, I don't like my nose. He gets a fucking surgery. I don't like my skin color. Next thing you know, he's getting his fucking skin bleached. And next thing you know, he looks like a completely opposite of what he once was. And that's basically what they did. They fucking obsessed over their holy books so much because they're so fucking lazy. They created these fictitious little bullshit nonsensical scenarios in their head. That's where all of this fucking shit comes from. Crazy fucking Jews. Like rabid dogs, they just need taken out behind the barn and put down. And now we got a bunch of countries talking about nuking those motherfuckers. Like, yes, fuck. Like I said, nothing would bring me more pleasure than to see Israel nuked in my lifetime. I think it might happen. God, I think it might. But then again, that's what they want. Because anybody who studied these fuckers knows part of their whole shtick is to make themselves hated by intentionally being evil. Because they think that if they're as evil as possible and if they try to destroy the world, that it'll bring about the Messiah. But their Messiah is the Antichrist. And that's what they're trying to do right now. So they don't really care that they're hated. In fact, they want to be hated because they think this is part of the prophecy. Yeah, it's all about understanding who and what these fuckers are. And once you understand who and what they are, then everything makes perfect sense. Yeah, thousands of years ago, the Japanese, they called them Tengu. They were basically Jews. You look at what the Tengu looked like, it looks exactly like a Jew. I remember somebody did a documentary about this. And then they went to one of these Japanese museums where they had this scroll that hadn't been opened in like over 1,000 years. And it showed what the original Tengu looked like, where the original fucking story came from. And they unrolled it and looked at the scroll, and it was a Jew. It was a fucking Jew. But then when you look at a lot of creatures in all of folklore, goblins, ghouls, witches, redcaps, so on and so forth, all they're doing is just describing Jews. They have the hook nose. They wear funny little hats. They're always about killing and killing children and shit like that. Blood libel. It's blood libel. I speak the truth. Now the Goyim, they know, especially Gen Z. The only question is, will the boomers destroy the fucking country before Gen Z can come to power? That's the question. Yeah, I once heard a theory that World War II was actually a satanic sacrifice, that there was all of these demon souls that needed vessels. And that's what the baby boomer generation was. It was a massive satanic sacrifice to bring forth vessels for demons. And this is why boomers basically act the way they do. They're like devoid of complex emotions like empathy and shit like that. And they just want to see the world burn. They don't care about nothing but themselves. And it's basically a solipsistic existence. When you strip away the window dressing, like the boomer is basically the definition of solipsism. They don't care about nothing or anybody but themselves. The entire universe revolves around them. My children and grandchildren be damned. Yeah, it was a theory, an interesting theory. World War II was a satanic sacrifice to create vessels for demons to inhabit. And that's what the baby boomer generation is. Yeah, Gen X is pretty based for the most part, but obviously, well, every generation is going to have its bad apples, obviously. Like there's going to be some based boomers, but most of them are fucking clueless from what I've seen. Yeah, they just don't get it. They don't understand. Like, get a job, you bum. And you try to explain to them, since the days of Barack Hussein Obama, 52% of the jobs have gone to foreigners. Post-COVID, 9 out of every 10 jobs have gone to foreigners. They don't hire white people anymore. Like, fuck. And they do it strategically on purpose. Yeah, I thought my dad was based, but it turns out he was pretty blue-pilled whenever you take things into account. It's always good to have a based father raise you correctly. A lot of people aren't being raised by fathers at all. Too many damn single mother households. Nobody's having families anymore. If kids are being born, they're being born to single mother households. The Western world, it is exploding. Violence flaring, bullets loading. All right. Yeah, I heard the Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. I'm sure you heard that fucking advertisement before, whether it was on the radio or television. Turns out that was a Jewish scheme. All of that money was being funneled to Israel. Yeah, something as innocent as Cars for Kids turns out was a Jewish Ponzi scheme. Fuck. It just goes to show right there. 109 countries, dude. 109. All right. You know what? We've ripped the mic for a while. Maybe we're going to take a little break, get my coffee refreshed, come back, talk about some more lighthearted shit. Maybe some Liam Gray stuff. All right, guys, we're going to take a little musical interlude, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Be a simple man. Don't be a simp. Be a simple man. It's okay to be a simple man, but not a simp. Mama told me when I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely what I say. If you do this, it'll help some sunny day. Or take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. You'll find a woman, you'll find love. Don't forget, my son, there is someone up above. And be a simple kind of man. Be something to love and understand. Better be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Forget your lust for rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. You can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Be something love and understand. Better be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this, oh son, if you can? Boy, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want for my son is to be satisfied. Be a simple kind of man. Be something to love and understand. Better be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this, oh son, if you can. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can. Scanner, simple man. Be a simple man. Don't be a simp. Be a simple man. It's okay to be a simple man, not a simp.
There's a man they call Big Daddy, a legend in these parts. He rides through the darkness, fire burning in his heart. With his words like bullets, he brings justice to the night. He's a true gangster of love, fighting for what's right. People say he's a bandit, the most wanted in the land, but they don't know the story. They don't understand. His words are pure truth, they cut through like a knife. Big Daddy's got the power to change the wrong to right.
Never trust a whore, never trust the government, always trust your gut.
There's a man they call Big Daddy, a legend in these parts. He rides through the darkness, fire burning in his heart. With his words like bullets, he brings justice to the night. He's a true gangster of love, fighting for what's right. People say he's a bandit, the most wanted in the land, but they don't know the story. They don't understand. His words are pure truth, they cut through like a knife. Big Daddy's got the power to change the wrong to right.
He who walks among the wise shall come to wisdom, but a man who walks among fools shall come to ruin.
And we're back, baby. All right. It's time to wind her on down. Talk about a little bit more lighthearted shit. What did I say we're going to do? Talk about some Comicsgate bullshit? All this fucking shit going on with Liam. Striking channels again. Going full koala retard mode. You know how it goes. Liam being Liam. Chimping the fuck out. Over people making fun of him. Deciding to lash out by striking channels. The Ginger Spurg. Yeah, I was watching the stream when he was striking people in real time. It came up in my feed. I decided to look. So the countdown begins. I'm like, countdown to what? Is he actually going to strike people? So he starts striking people while the stream is going. I guess he just struck Katie did, though. I think the other ones he was just bluffing. Because Katie did, she did go down. Down for a week. And all of the Comicsgate people coming out of the woodwork on Twitter, making statements and using the @ symbol for YouTube. YouTube, do something about this now. She's being unjustly targeted by this Australian madman. So on and so forth. Everybody's got their own iteration of it. But it was happening all over the place. Yellow Flash, Ethan Van Sciver, all of the people with big channels in that whole sphere. There was a guy called Bearing. He actually fucking did a video about the whole thing. A fellow Aussie with 500,000 plus subscribers. Yeah, the funny part is everybody was doing the same fucking thing. And all it is virtue signaling. You're just fucking virtue signaling. What the fuck do you think YouTube is going to do? Like all of a sudden flip a switch over there on Twitter and then like that she gets her channel restored? No, you have to go through the proper channels. You have to formally report him to YouTube yourself with the timestamp where he's ordering his fucking people to go strike channels because that's brigading. That's against the terms of the service. He can get his own channel removed for that shit. But none of them, I swear to God, I guarantee you, none of them actually went through that process of filing the fucking reports through YouTube. They're just going through Twitter. Like Twitter and YouTube is two completely separate fucking programs owned by different people. Like what the fuck is wrong with you retards? Fuck. It's one of the damnedest things I've ever seen. Some of the most retarded fucking shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. If you want Liam to stop this shit, you're going to have to go through YouTube, not Twitter, you stupid fucks. Specifically, Katie needs to fight fire with fire. Turn him into YouTube, fucking go through the channels, the proper channels, give the exact timestamp where he fucking orders his audience to go brigade. If you go through the proper channels and do it right, like how Liam did, well, you get his fucking channel removed. Fuck. They're too stupid, though. Like, some people would rather just feel like victims than actually step up to the plate and do something. Like, fuck, he's literally handing you his own executioner sword on a silver platter. Use it against him. He's right there on camera, ordering his fucking audience to go strike channels. That is strictly against YouTube terms of service. He can get his fucking channel removed. Now, file the fucking report, give him the timestamp, and go full exterminatus on his fucking ginger ass. No. Oh, Twitter, help me. Help me, Twitter. Like, god damn it, these people are stupid. Fuck. What can you expect? These are fucking comic skaters. Just the epitome of retardation. Fuck, what can you do? Yeah, but this Bearing guy, when he did his fucking video, it was a short video. He knows nothing about Liam and the lore that surrounds him. All he knows is that it's this huge thing on Twitter, and Liam, he's looking at the clips of Liam with the lemon, and he's promising to strike his enemies, and he's trying to like go into like Timu Bond villain mode. So he made a fucking video about it. Compared him to the quartering. Because the quartering striking channels out there has completely shifted the Overton window on this whole thing. Nobody looks kindly upon a flagger now. And now Liam is lumped into that same category as the quartering, as being a fucking false flagget. And whether or not Katie did was actually doing something wrong is irrelevant. And from what I know, he struck her because it was a clip from a channel called Ministry of Dude, and they were on there roasting Liam. So it's like, wait a minute, why don't you just go strike the Ministry of Dude channel? Why the fuck are you striking Katie did? All it is a clip. Why don't you go strike the actual live stream, you fucking coward? And he was also like saying he's going after Anna. Like, two of his primary targets are Anna, that Star Wars girl, and Katie did. Two females. Like, why don't you go after the Ministry of Dude? Why don't you strike the CG Church? Any of these guys? No, he looks at the females as softer targets, I guess. But all that's going to do, like, first of all, Anna's simps are going to rally behind her. All of CG is going to rally behind Katie did. Like, those are the two of the people you probably want to leave alone. Like, if anything, go after the other ones. The ones that are less influential. Like, no, this is Liam we're talking about. He's not exactly very tactical. Yeah, but you shouldn't be striking channels, and that's what he's doing. He's already taken down Katie for a week. Now her channel is just more vulnerable. I don't know if she already had a strike on it before, but let's just say she has 2 strikes. Right now, any fucking strike can take down that channel. Yeah, if anybody knows anything about fucking channels getting taken down, it's Big Daddy. I've lost a fucking couple myself. Yeah, Liam doesn't understand. Yeah, he was actually trying to make an ultimatum. Like, they had a certain amount of time, and they were supposed to like make a apology of videos, like public apologies. And he had all of this specific things he wanted them to say in the apology. And then unless they apologize, he was going to strike the video. Like, you do understand that you can't fucking coerce an apology under threat and duress. Because what if they did actually come out with apology videos? Those apology videos would mean nothing because they did it under threat and duress. Like, fuck, he's just so stupid he doesn't understand. That type of shit might work on your fucking people. It might work on Aussies, but if you try to threaten an American, all that's going to do is just piss us off and further strengthen our resolve. Like, you don't fucking threaten an American and try to get them to fucking do what you want under threat and duress. Like, that type of shit might work with your people. But you try that shit with an American, the exact fucking opposite is going to happen. You're just going to fucking piss us off and further strengthen our resolve. That's all you're going to fucking do. Stupid fucking ginger piece of shit. Yeah, this is going to make things 1,000 times worse. I don't think he understands. This isn't going to get people to stop and go away, no. I'm like, hell, Big Daddy's talking about this shit. Normally, I don't talk about this nonsense. The real question is, will Vicky talk about it? Yeah, because she had made a statement saying she's no longer going to talk about Liam or any Liam bullshit unless it's something egregious. We'll see if this is egregious enough to make the fucking headlines. I'm thinking it might be, but we'll see. Yeah, anyway, Bering actually came on to Liam's. I saw Bering and Liam having a talk. And like I said, Bering, this guy, he's an Aussie. He's got 500,000 plus subscribers. And he's like, Liam looks at him like a hero. Like, Liam really looks up to this guy. And Liam was really distressed that Bering is like talking shit about him, making videos. So Liam tried to get Bering on his channel to try to plead his case for him and to try to, you know, get Bering to see his side. See my side of the story, Bering, please. They come in after me family. Risey's threatened the life of me daughter 11 different times. Like, wait a minute, Risey has threatened the life of your daughter 11 different times. Surely you have one of these times on, like a time stamp on a live stream, a clip, a screenshot, something. Like, no, he's always got nothing. Always got nothing. I've got nothing, mate. I fucking got nothing. Yeah, the pathological liar that is known to lie. We were supposed to just fucking believe anything he says, I guess. Yeah, but anyway, Liam, he's on there trying to make the case to Bering. And literally, it's just like a machine gun. A fucking machine gun of lies. Like, every word that's coming out of his mouth is a lie. It's like, oh my God. Like, if ever there was a time, like, if I had the ability to EFAP something, oh my God. I would bring somebody on right now and we would pull up that video and start fucking EFAPing it. And I would just go one by one and debunk every one of his fucking lies. Like, because people who have been around long enough, they know Liam and all of the shit, the shenanigans that he's done, this and that. But Bering doesn't. So Liam was trying to take advantage of the fact that Bering knew nothing about Liam or his lore, and he was just hitting him with one lie after another. But Bering, he's not fucking stupid. Like, you could tell he knew Liam was lying. And at the very end of the whole thing, he basically told Liam what everybody has been trying to tell him for years. Get the fuck off the internet. Get the fuck off the internet, you dumb bastard. I was off the internet for 9 months. Right after I tried to kill myself. Like, bitch, you were off the internet for like, what, 2, 3, 4 days at the very most, and you were right back on it again? Remember the last self-yeeting? Like, literally, it was within 1 week he was back on the fucking internet. Jesus Christ. I did leave the internet. No, bitch, you fucking left it for a few days and you came back. They coming after me family. If they coming after your family, then get off the fucking internet and quit making yourself a target. Now, the reality is, you see all of the beef that he gets into with all of these internet randos, extrapolate that out into the real world. Obviously, he's going to be getting into beef with the local Aussies in his local neighborhood, too. That's obviously what's going on. He's getting into beef with his neighbors. His neighbors are fucking with him. Probably all of the people that he's known in life, he's probably made, God, Lord only knows how many enemies the motherfucker's made. Like I said, just look at all of the beef he gets into on the internet. Extrapolate that out into the real world. Yeah, I bet he's got so many enemies in his local fucking neighborhood, it's not even funny. But he's trying to blame all of his fucking problems in real life on the internet. As if a brown CBR is out there fucking piloting drones and throwing fucking poison into his yard and shit like that. Like, no, these are the local Aussies in your local neighborhood that's doing this, you stupid fuck. God damn it. Fucking retardation. And you could tell Bering kind of saw through it. Somebody even left in the comments, he's schizophrenic as fuck. And Liam, like, tries to answer back, I'm not schizophrenic, mate. I have notes from the doctors. They say I'm perfectly not crazy. I only tried to kill myself twice. Yeah, come on, guys. He's only tried to kill himself, like, what, twice? He's perfectly normal. No mental illness at all. Lord of mercy. And what can you do, though? You can't really do nothing. I mean, Ethan could have done something a long time ago. He still can do something, but he chooses not to. Yeah, all Ethan had to do was come out, make a statement, make a tweet, make a fucking trash cast headline, whatever. And he says, hey, Liam, cut your fucking shenanigans out, or I'm not going to promote Dino King 2 or any of your projects anymore. And the wallets of Comicsgate will be permanently closed to you. Do you understand, you fat ginger turd? If Ethan would have came out and said that, this would have ended a long time ago. But Ethan is a terrible leader, for one. And two, I think he likes watching all this drama and chaos. He fucking gets off on it. Yeah, there's a reason why Comicsgate, the movement itself, is so full of drama and chaos, is because Ethan likes that type of shit. Like, if Ethan didn't want all this drama and chaos going on, he would have fucking cut Liam loose a long time ago in exactly the way I told you. He would have fucking threatened to pull funding from him. Because without Ethan helping Liam fund his comics, his career in comics is over. Because does anybody remember the history of Liam right before Ethan fucking saved his ass by promoting Dino King? He was ready to quit comics because he was losing money. He wasn't making any money. And then Ethan came out of the woodwork, promoted Dino King. He's, oh, you saved me, Ethan, and like that. He thinks he's top shit again. But now, too much time has passed. He's got too much of a reputation as a tracer. He's become a pariah within the community. If Dino King 2 releases, and if he doesn't have Ethan's full support, full throat-goated support, that shit ain't going to make... well, it's not going to make enough money to cover the printing and shipping. Let's put it that way. Calling it now. Dino King 2, if it indeed releases, will not make enough money to cover the printing and shipping costs. Write it down and write or die. I'm kind of wondering if Liam will ever release another comic ever again, though. Will Total Conquest ever release? Will Wonder Island ever release? And we'll see. Forever be in the realm of CG vaporware, just like Gemshock. Yeah, fucking Mandy and her Gemshock. That's a huge mystery there. Has it been released? Has it not been released? Well, one thing I know for a certainty, if it has been released and people have got it, I don't think it's good enough to get reviewed. I haven't seen a single fucking review for it yet. And that's the thing about these Comicsgate books. None of them ever get read and none of them ever get reviewed. And if they do, they're mostly all garbage. Yeah, Comicsgate been chimping out. Yeah, I heard that Liam got disinvited from For the Fans Fest. Both him and Frog Tony. Boy, Frog Tony, you talk about a Worm Tongue-esque character. Like, he's just so sleazy. Sitting there just like trying to pump Liam up. Trying to get Liam to strike these channels and shit. He is actually saying that, oh, look at Matt Jarbo. Matt Jarbo struck channels and he's fine. Like, to this day, people still talk about Matt Jarbo being a fucking flagger. Yeah, this is going to follow Liam for the rest of his life. And now that Bering has done a video on it, it's breached CG containment. Now the bigger internet is known about this Spurg now. This is going to paint a spotlight on him. Yeah, when Liam was trying to talk about his haters, he kept mentioning JDA. Like, JDA hasn't fucking given him any shit and fucked with him for years, as far as I know. Oy vey. Yeah, Comicsgate. Yeah, I saw Frog Tony bragging about how he thinks he's a tough guy now because he got disinvited from the For the Fans Fest because people are scared of him. They're like, oh boy, you just don't get it, Frog Tony. You just don't get it. Yeah, if you want to fight somebody on the internet over some shit they said, you've already fucking lost that fight. Fuck. And to try to bring all that drama and violence to the For the Fans Fest, and it's all premeditated, like, obviously you're going to get disinvited, you stupid fuck. Like, just goes to show how gauche he is and how he has absolutely no idea about social etiquette. Like, unless it was preordained that they were going to have a boxing ring there and they're going to fucking actually have like the CG fights and it's going to be live streamed and all that shit. Like, you can't say that you're going to fucking beat the shit out of a bunch of people, then like have the guy that's organizing the event be cool with you fucking coming there. So obviously Matt Rummer fucking disinvited his ass. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have done it. I mean, if I was running the thing, I would have set the fights up. I would have fucking rented out a ring and I would have had a full-on fucking card and it would have been more fucking entertaining than WrestleMania and Hackamania combined if I was fucking putting on the thing. Yeah, they've got until October. Nobody's signing up for this fucking thing. If Matt Rummer really wants to fucking bring this thing to the next level, he needs to hire Big Daddy to be the manager of this fucking thing. My very first act, I'm renting a fucking ring and we're going to set up the fights. Because that will be the thing that will bring people to the fucking, for the Fans Fest. You set it all up legit with the boxing gloves and everything. Boy, and you live stream it. Oh shit. That would actually revitalize the movement. It would get eyes from outside the movement looking at it, especially with Liam now. You have Liam right up there at the top of the card. Have him fight whoever. I mean, he's got so many fucking enemies. You could literally do a kumite. Do a straight up kumite. Liam fights them one at a time. Hell, kayfabe Liam would love that. I fought 5 men at once. Like, fucking just bring them all on. Yeah, you could put together quite the card. Yeah, if you really want to bring this fucking CG for the Fans Fest to the next level, got to set up the fights. Got to get the ring. Yeah, that'd be worth going to then. Might be enough to breathe some life into the movement. Get some more people outside of the movement interested in the fucking thing. It could want to be one of the single most brilliant marketing plays that Comicsgate has ever done. They're obviously not going to do it, though. Obviously not. They're going to be lucky if they get like fucking 7 people who show up to that for the Fans Fest. They really will. It'll be Tom Tuttle, Jay Bama fan, and fuck, who the fuck else knows? Dark Gift ain't going, I guess. Liam has been disinvited. I guess Reverend Ruin stands with Liam. Like, who the fuck is Reverend Ruin? I talked about him a little bit on the last stream, I think. He got caught tracing, and Liam had raked him over the coals for tracing. But I guess they're friends now. But Reverend Ruin, I remember he was doing a comic for one of those CG church guys. Like, I remember he was bragging about it. He had created a comic company called Imprint. And Reverend Ruin was going to be the artist for his flagship fucking series. And it turns out Reverend Ruin ain't even doing the comic anymore. He's fucking thrown old boy under the bus, and he's taken Liam's side. I don't know how deep they got into the project. But as soon as I saw artwork for that comic that they were going to be doing with Imprint or whatever, as soon as I saw that, I knew this comic ain't coming out. This is going to be a failure of a comic. I knew it. For several reasons. Number one, the art style. This art style is no good. This is a trash art style, for one. Number two, if you fucking get a dozen pages deep, 8 pages deep, 24 pages deep using this art style, this guy, and something happens and this fucking clown doesn't want to do the project anymore, he ghosts you, whatever, you're going to have to either find an artist that can perfectly replicate that art style, or you're just going to have to restart the whole fucking thing from scratch. You're fucked. Yeah, so for those 2 reasons, I knew that project, it wasn't going to fucking happen. Like, just by looking at that art style. This is one of the bad things about Western style art. A lot of these Western artists, they try to cultivate their own personal, unique style. And when you do that, and if you have to replace the artist, there's like it's a bit of a jarring effect if you're a reader. Let's put it that way. There's a reason why I use manga artists. Several reasons. First, it's the most popular style. Manga is way, way more popular than Western comics. The second reason is because it's way cheaper. You can hire a manga artist at a fraction of the price. And the third reason, if something happens and the artist flakes out midway during the project or whatever, since it's a uniform style that's basically the same all around, you could just bring another fucking artist on board, and like that, you don't miss a beat because it's a similar style. I mean, there are some manga artists that styles differ, but for the most part, it's a similar style. They all got the big expressive eyes, so on and so forth. So it's very easy to replace a manga artist midway through a project. Whereas if you have a traditional comic artist, you're going to have a much harder time finding a replacement. And more often than not, you're just going to have to scrap the shit and start over from the beginning. Case in point, look at Rob Willis and Cal Jameson with Shinobi Sasquatch. Cal Jameson paid this fucking clown up front. Oh my God, what an idiot. For this fucking book, Shinobi Sasquatch. It'll probably never come out. Anyway, Rob Willis fucking gave up on the project, only fucking few pages deep. So what happened was Cal Jameson basically had to learn to draw himself. I think he's still drawing it right now. He's using a pen name. I'm pretty sure that's what he did. Who knows if it'll ever come out? It probably won't. But if it does, it's not going to be drawn by Rob Willis. And it's all because he fucking started out with that style. And now you have to stick with that style because you had so many people give you money thinking they were going to get a comic drawn in that style. So basically, Cal had to fucking teach himself to draw like Rob Willis to try to finish that fucking book so that he doesn't like completely screw his backers. And technically, the backers should have got all their money back from that because they paid money for a book that they thought they were getting Rob Willis artwork, but they're not. I mean, that's kind of grifty. That's kind of fucking low class. You should fucking refund the backers or at least explain like, hey, Rob Willis is not going to be the artist. If you want a refund, let me know. But if you want me to mail you the book when it's finished, then it's whatever. But he's probably not taking care of the customer service behind the scenes like that, I'm sure. They're not very good with the customer service all around over there in Comicsgate. Last time I was looking on Twitter, it looked like Vicky might take Mandy Summers to small claims court over a fucking gym sock. She tried to get a copy off of eBay. I guess there was a short period of time where Mandy had some of the proof copies and she was trying to sell them on eBay like a fucking grifter cunt. And I think Vicky tried to pick one up, but Mandy is like trying to screw her out of the fucking book and won't give it to her, I guess. Typical grifter thought. Yeah, backhole me, bro. There's been some news on that. Backdoor me, bro. This fucking website that Shane Davis is creating as a go around so that Comicsgate, especially Ethan, can create multiple campaigns at once because Indiegogo won't let them do that anymore. Like one of the key integral parts of the Comicsgate grift was that they could always open up new campaigns all the time on Indiegogo. But since Indiegogo has been taken over by new management, they're not letting these fuckers do that anymore. And that is the lifeblood of Comicsgate's grift, to be able to open multiple campaigns and not fulfill them. So in order to get around all that, they decided to make a site. Backhole me, bro. And Ethan, since he's fucking a coward, he had Shane make it himself rather than Ethan just doing the site himself. Like, no, Shane, you're going to make the site for me. Well, anyway, Shane released a little statement saying that Backhole me, bro, it's going to be like in a beta phase, a beta mode where only a small handful of creators are going to be able to use it. Which means it's going to be him, Ethan, John, and maybe that's it. That might just be it. Shit, those three. Just a very, very small select number of creators. Meaning, if Big Daddy wants to release one of my comics on Backhole me, bro, they're probably not going to allow that. Let's put it that way. But the whole point behind the site is to allow Ethan to run multiple campaigns at once. Yeah, the only problem is you look at the sign-up numbers for the CG for the Fans Fest. This is probably the amount of people that's going to be fucking buying that shit, I'm telling you. One of the biggest mistakes Ethan ever made was training his audience like fucking seals for so many years to only use Indiegogo. And one of the reasons why he said that he has to do this is because they're too stupid to use any other sites. I don't know if he was just joking or if he actually has that low of an opinion of his audience. But looking at the way they act, yeah, I fucking fully understand that. His audience is so fucking stupid, they don't know how to use any other site except for Indiegogo. So you look at a site like Fund My Comic, they can't fund worth of shit over there. It's because you trained your audience like seals to only use Indiegogo. It's because you cultivated the most low-class, most lowest IQ fucking malcontents on the internet that are such fucking mouth-breathing retards, they don't know how to use any other site except for Indiegogo. And I hear Indiegogo is like really fucking bad for creators now. I don't know how it is for buyers, if it's still the same or what. But for a creator, I hear it's almost unusable. I bet they're designing it that way on purpose to try to railroad out the comic skaters. I bet if you were to really look, like the people that do tabletop gaming or anything else, they have no problems like that. It's only the comic book creators. I bet that's the case. Yeah, Indiegogo, they don't like Comicsgate. They're trying to railroad them off the platform. That's what's going on. I understand too. I would try to do the same thing. I mean, the entire Indiegogo platform, as far as comics goes, it has such a bad reputation because of Comicsgate. It really does. If somebody hears that a comic is releasing on Indiegogo, they just automatically assume it's a Comicsgate comic and they want nothing to do with it. That's how bad the reputation of Comicsgate is. And Indiegogo knows this. The new owners do. That's why they're trying to fucking silently railroad them off the platform. If they were smart, they would just just take all the fucking money that they have and just kick them all off. That's what they should do. Like, you people have been grifting here for too fucking long. Get out of here. Comicsgate. Been kicked out of 109 different crowdfunding platforms. Damn, it's good coffee. Yeah, I remember when Comicsgate used to stand in solidarity with the fandom menace. I remember one of the main talking points of the fandom menace was about how bad the Disney Star Wars is, and they just need to erase it from canon. Just erase it from canon and start all over. And I actually heard a rumor that that's what they're going to do. Boy, that would be so funny if that's what actually happened. Disney decides to retcon everything. Fuck. Yeah, that would be them admitting failure. It really would be. Like, sorry guys, we fucked up. We fucked up big time. Yeah, back when Carrie Fisher was still alive and everything, they could have had the fucking full crew come together, do a proper fucking trilogy. They could have followed the expanded universe, the books. Eventually introduced the Yuzon Vong. Like, that's what they should have did. Like, that would have been the most scariest, most badass fucking villain too for a Star Wars universe. The Yuzon Vong, like a group of beings from a whole different galaxy in which the Force has no effect against them. It's like, fuck, how do you fight against such villains? Have them show up for well, you have them show up at some point, maybe not in the beginning, but at some point you bring the Yuzon Vong in, and they could have fucking had a way better goddamned run than what they did. It was The Last Jedi is what really killed it all. Because, yeah, The Force Awakens was trash. It was shit. But at least you still had Luke alive. At least you still had Leia. I mean, yeah, you killed off Han, but at least you still had Luke. But then after The Last Jedi, it was over after that. That was basically when they took Old Yeller behind the barn and put him down, fucking killed Star Wars. Yeah, they could have did Knights of the Old Republic too. And just based it straight up off the video game. Because that video game, I mean, it had such a good storyline to it too. And the ultimate reveal of Revan and all that. Yeah, but if they were to try to do a Knights of the Old Republic nowadays, shit. I guarantee you Revan would be trans. Guaranteed. Trans Darth Revan. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they actually do retcon the Disney Star Wars canon, get rid of all of it, start over. I remember George Lucas, his original idea was to have Luke, he gets approached by this young girl named Kira, and her master, she's a young Jedi apprentice, and her master was killed. And there's like this mysterious force that's been hunting and killing the Jedi. And she comes to Luke to try to like finish her training and like pull him out of retirement to solve this mystery. Like, this was like the original idea that Lucas had. And they took that original idea, kind of fucking bastardized it in a way. The character of Kira became Rey. Luke turned into a fucking embittered old hermit. And like, well, J.J. Abrams didn't plan on taking Luke in that direction. That was purely Rian Johnson. It was like Star Wars Mad Libs. They had no fucking plan for it. Let's just hand it off to a new director and he's going to do whatever he wants. And then it's Star Wars. It'll just print money. Yeah, no fucking thought to it. No heart and soul behind it. Yeah, there were so many stories that they could have. Yeah, I think part of Lucas's lore that he wanted to do was expand upon the midichlorians. Like the whole thing was like there's this invisible world that we don't see. And there's these beings that called the Whills, Whills. And whenever you use the Force, it's actually the Whills that are like doing it. And they was going to like explore that whole aspect of it. And when you learn what you learn about the spirit realm and all that, and you know that there is this vast, like invisible world, like that we don't see, and that there are spirits all around us, like the concept of the Whills is real. And I think that's what Lucas was going to try to do, is like a little bit of a soft disclosure almost. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the nature of spiritual warfare, this invisible realm all around us. These entities that feed off of our negative spiritual energies, they become familiar with our actions, and then they stick to us, and they get used to those emotions, so they get you to do those emotions. So a lot of these people that are really, really evil, there might just be a demonic attachment to them, feeding on their negativity, getting them to act evil. It's all about raising that vibration level. If you have a high enough frequency, then the entities don't want nothing to do with you. I think it was on my last live stream I talked about that dog that came, that stray dog that I saved, and I eventually reunited him with his owner. I was talking with one of my neighbors about that dog, and he told me that that dog was coming around their place like before it came to me, and they were trying to catch it, and then that dog, it wouldn't let them anywhere near him. They would always like kind of run off into the bushes, and like it would just stay just out of reach of him. Anytime they came up to try to get it would just run off a little bit further. Yeah, but that dog came right up to me. As soon as I opened the door, I saw him. He was hanging out right outside the front with my dog. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, there you are. And I came down, I petted him immediately, kind of rubbed my head against his. But what I did was, when I saw the dog, like I put out this feeling like I had just seen my best friend that I hadn't seen in 10 years, and I just got reunited with him. And that was basically like the feeling I hit the dog with. Because I was listening to Art Bell one time, old Coast to Coast AM, and he had a guest on there that was talking about dogs, how dogs are very, very psychic. And they're so psychic, they could actually see images in your mind. Like if you are projecting an image in your mind, or you're thinking about something, the dog can actually see that image in your mind. That's how fucking psychic dogs are. And then I remembered an old tale about a cat burglar. I was watching a TV show, one of those like TV shows, true crime. And there's this cat burglar. He had broken into over 60 homes, and he had stolen millions of dollars worth of shit. Fine china, gold, money, just anything of value. He just robbed these homes blind. And the funny part is, he would mostly do it when the people were still at home and they were sleeping in their beds. And almost always, these people had guard dogs, like straight up like guard dogs. And he would always be able to get past the dogs and steal anyway. And finally, one day, he got caught. He finally fucking got caught. And when he was being interviewed by the police, they asked him, how did you do it? How did you get past the dogs? Because, yeah, maybe one or two times, but for every single time to get past the dogs in every single case, how did you do it? They wanted to learn his secret. And you want to know what the guy said? I never forgot this, and I fucking took it to heart when I remembered it, or when I heard him say it. He said, well, whenever I see the dog, I pretend that the dog is my best friend that I haven't seen in about 10 years, and I've just been reunited with him. And then I just come up and I just pet the dog, and after that, the dog just kind of follows me around and wags his tail and just watches me take whatever I want. I swear to God, that's what the guy said. So whenever I encounter a dog and I just want to pet it or do whatever, I do that. I kind of project into the dog, you got the feelings got to be real. It's got to be genuine because the dog, it picks up on those feelings, you know. So the dog, when it senses that, like the dog will just like fucking be naturally friendly to you. Like, hey, it's my friend, and then you just kind of pet the dog, and because dogs mostly are just naturally friendly. And if you act like you're the dog's friend, like, hey, it's my friend. Hey, buddy, how you been? Like, how you been, man? Man, it's been so long. Shit, it's good to see you again. Like that type of shit. But in feeling form, and then you just kind of pet the dog, and without fail, fucking every dog, he was able to gain their trust doing that. He didn't have to use treats or anything, because that's what the cops thought at first. He was using treats or something to win the dog's trust. Nope. Just hit the dog with a feeling of positivity and friendship. Your best friend that you haven't seen in 10 years, just been reunited with him. And that's a little something you guys can take a little advice for yourselves if you ever encounter a dog and the dog is recalcitrant. Yeah, dogs. I love dogs. I need to get me a cat too. Not just to keep the rodent population in check, but cats make good pets too. Yeah, I hear there was this prison. And what this prison did was it was a very violent prison. Like the prisoners were very violent. They always fight with each other. And then there was this animal shelter that had like 500 cats. And what happened was the prison made an alliance with this animal shelter. And instead of just killing all of these fucking stray cats, the animal shelter gave the cats to the prison. And then what the prison did was it started giving the cats to the inmates, but it would only give the cats to the inmates if they were on good behavior. So if you behaved good enough, then you would get a pet cat. And they said once they introduced the cat dynamic into the prison, the entire dynamic of the prison changed. Like the prisoners stopped biting. They were way more fucking peaceful. Like all of their attention was placed on their cats. Their commissary would be spent on cat food and cat toys and shit like that. There was a case of a prisoner getting his cat taken away for a couple of days because of bad behavior, and he was just like crying because he wanted his cat so bad. Yeah, a bunch of pussy cats turned these hardened men into pussies. Yeah, and you see what they're doing out there behind the scenes with the vets. I guess that nasty tech that they're putting in those jabs, they're putting it in the fucking jabs for the pets too. So people's pets are getting sick. And they're doing this on purpose. Yeah, these people grow attached to their animals, and all of a sudden the fucking dog has got a heart condition. Oh, it's going to cost like a fucking $3,000 for this surgery or whatever. And it's all meant to fucking get the dogs into the fucking vet, pay them the vet money. And it's also to kill the dogs too, because they don't want anybody to have pets. They really don't. They think that having pets is bad for the environment. No, having pets is good for your state of mind, but they don't want you to have a good state of mind. They want you to have an agitated state of mind. They want you mad, pissed off. They can get that good loosh from you, harvest those good spiritual energies that they love, those negative ones. Because at the end of the day, almost everything in life is structured for one reason, to try to extract as much negative spiritual energies out of you as possible. That's why it's important to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. And latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. I said, no, don't mess with Mr. In Between. As the old saying goes. try to raise that vibration level. You won't have a bunch of fucking parasites feasting on your negative spiritual energies. That's what it's all about. Becoming Archon free. All right. Fuck, we've ripped the mic a while. It's almost at the 2-hour mark. Shit, I think it's the perfect time to close out the show. Find a good song to close out with first, though. As the old saying goes, got to close out with a good song. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about a lot of random shit. Yo, I heard there was a fucking a Comic-Con or an anime convention or something, and there was a bunch of cosplayers there. These female cosplayers, and they were taking their feet and soaking their feet in juice. Like, I don't know what kind of juice exactly. And they were selling this juice for like $15 a cup. And simps were actually buying cosplay foot juice. Now, here's the kicker. I guess a lot of these simps ended up going to the hospital because this cosplay foot juice, I guess it was loaded with this nasty bacterial fungus, and the fungus was infecting the lungs of these simps. So they had to go to the hospital. So now these simps that got these lung infections, they're trying to sue the fucking convention for unsafe practices or whatever, like get back their medical bills and shit. Like, you fucking retarded simps. Can you imagine that, being such a retarded simp that you would pay $15 for cosplay feet juice? Fuck, you deserve whatever the fuck sickness you get, you stupid retarded simp. Jesus fucking Christ. And that's Western civilization right now. I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride. Sword and pistol by my side. All right. We're going to close the show out, guys. Thanks for coming out. It's been a fun one.
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did ride. Sword and pistol by my side. Many a young maid lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier shed his lifeblood on my blade. Bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I'm still alive. I was a sailor, I was born upon the tide. With the sea I did abide. I sailed a schooner around the Horn of Mexico. I went aloft and furled the mainsail in a row. And when the yards broke up, they said that I got killed. I'm living still. I was a dam builder across the river deep and wide, where steel and water did collide. Place called Boulder on the wild Colorado. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that great tomb that knows no sound. But I'm still around. I'll always be around and around and around and around and around. I'll fly a starship across the universe wide. And when I reach the other side, I'll find a place to rest my spirit if I can. Perhaps I may become a highwayman again. Or I may be a simple drop of rain, but I will remain. I'll be back again and again and again and again and again. Again. I was a highwayman. On the coach roads I did ride. It's bright. But I was never highwayman. I was a highwayman.